We'll give some people more time to join, and then we'll talk about the post game. I realize it is late, so we'll do about an hour, and then we'll get ready to close it. So let's give some people more time to join before we get started. All right, so we'll go ahead and get this out the way. So let's see who all checking in. B4P, what's going on? He says how they play McCaskill in the fourth, but not start him. Man, coaches suck. Yeah, we're gonna get into all that in a second. We're gonna give some everyone time to join. Um, it's just I'm disappointed because I understand how much talent we have. We have a lot of talent, but it's because of the O line. I know a lot of y'all feel like it's the OC. What's going on, McNeely? He says if I was coaching and my quarterback was leading a sack stat, then I am looking into replacing the OC. Yep, I would agree with you 100%. I'm gonna give you guys my opinion. I just want to know how you guys feel about the game, and then I'm gonna pretty much give you guys my thoughts. You guys can clearly see how I feel. I mean, I have my head all twisted and just very frustrating. Um, I'm gonna give you guys my thoughts in a second. Zoe says, make it make sense. I said the same thing. Something needs to be said at the press conference. Yeah, I'm waiting on the press conference. Actually, I'm actually waiting. I'm glad you said that, so I can turn to the right channel. I'm waiting on the press conference as well, just to hear what he has to say, Coach Prime, and then I can kind of give you guys my opinion as far as what I feel like. But I mean, it's clear as day what's going on with this team. It baffles me. They say the running room is the best room, yet you don't run the ball. McCaskill is five in for 5 seconds. Coach Lewis never has an answer. Yeah, we're gonna get into all that. I just want to know how you guys feel about the game. Share your thoughts as I read through them. Waiting on this press conference. Give me 1 second, guys. Make sure I'm on the right channel for the press conference. I know Coach Prime will be speaking soon. All right. I'm probably gonna miss it. I just have to rewind it. I just want to know how y'all feel first. Insane. Yo, L Boogie, what's going on with you? Trevor Woods, coaches. Glad you went live a bit earlier, bro. Yeah, I definitely had to go live after this one, bro. It was very disappointing to see what took place. I just want to see how you guys feel about the game. For those that's joining, give me your thoughts about the game, and then I'll give you guys my thoughts. Our yikes, offensive line horrible. Sleeper, we on the same page. Jaquez Robinson got playing time, which is great, but no Kamani McLean once again. Trust me. I'm going to get to all of that. Hope Shadur didn't seriously injure himself. Yes. Alton McCaskill is that dude. Tough loss. I see you guys rolling in pretty fast. We should have won. Fire Coach Kelly. Defense played well. Yes, they did. They definitely did. Tough game. The ball game needs to be ran in order to help the O-line. We got to run split backs. They tried Juju or Kamani. Yeah, so I see everybody is on the same page as me. I just want to make sure before I give you guys my opinion. So yeah, I'm not, ain't no way I'm gonna be able to catch up with everybody, but absolutely, horrible offensive performance as far as the O line. The O line is completely just. It's almost like they were standing still. You know what I'm saying? They were standing still and allowing the defensive line to get around them. That's how bad it was. Um, no Kamani McLean this game. No Kamani McLean this game. I mean, if you guys want to know, I mean, if you guys ever want to think about if Kamani McLean will ever consider leaving, um, could you blame him? Could you blame him? No Kamani McLean. Did you hear the broadcast say to put the tight ends? Yeah, I heard that, Willie. And clearly, offensive coordinator still didn't do that. He didn't do that. Um, I'm not blaming Coach Kelly any this game because they gave us multiple turnovers to win this football game. Yet we couldn't make any changes after it's 2 weeks. This is 2 weeks of preparation for this football team. And you mean to tell me we go out here and we perform in this way? I mean, I just don't I don't know. I don't really understand it. It's not the fact that I don't know how to explain this to y'all. I don't know how to I don't know how I just don't understand. No adjustments at all. They don't have any tight ends. I mean, they have tight ends. I mean, we have Michael Harrison. We have at one point we was using Javon Antonio, but for some reason we played him at wide receiver. He did great. But yeah, the broadcaster was laughing. They thought it was funny. They thought it was funny. And what kills me though is the fact that we're not losing games because of the players. We're losing games because of the coaches. That's what makes it frustrating to me. Because I know we have an NFL quarterback. I know we have an NFL wide receiver, DB, and Travis Hunter. I know we have an NFL safety in Shiloh Sanders laying his body out there on the line. But because we don't have the right coaches, we're losing games. This loss is on the O-line. Yes, O-line and the coaches. And I don't know. I just don't know. Again, this looked like something similar to last week when we played when we was up 29-0. I went live and you guys was hearing me say, I don't know. I was shocked. I just didn't know what to say. And I'm in this situation again because when I was playing ball, we had coaches actually made adjustments. You know, like if the O-line is sacking the quarterback so many amount of times, they make adjustments as far as putting two tight ends in the game, putting a fullback in the game, going under center, you know, doing things to protect the quarterback, but I didn't see that in it. And I just don't understand it. I don't understand it because we have a lot of coaches that has a lot of coaching experience. What are you talking about? The coaches need to be replaced. Anyway, sour loss. This is really hurting. It hurts me as well, Brian. It hurts me because I know we have the talent to be in the playoffs this year. You know, um, but Shador Sanders, I want you guys to give me your opinion. If you Shador Sanders, are you coming back next season? I want to just see what y'all gonna say. If you Shador Sanders, are you coming back next season? Brian says, Mag, you need to keep on rolling on and stay on fire. Shaking my needs to be changed. Yes. Nope. He gone. No rush to the league. Yeah, I just want to make sure everybody's on the same page with me. Because when I say things like that, people always make different type of statements. But I'm like, why would you come back? It's for me personally. It's I love you, pops, but NFL, and I say that because only if I don't. I want to say maybe he can see if some changes made. Shador stays for his dad, and I hope y'all right. I hope y'all right on that. I really do hope y'all right. I just wouldn't. I wouldn't personally because I'm being sacked the way that I'm being sacked, and I'm getting in a position where I'm hurting my body. My goal is to get to the NFL, so now we're talking about my future. You know, so Shador should come back next year. It will be a new O line next year. We will have Tyler Brown next year. That's one. That's one offensive lineman I can tell you guys that I do have a lot of confidence in. But other than him, they need to get rid of everybody else. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm completely sorry. Everybody else got to go. The twin brothers for UCLA had a field day. I never even heard of them. I didn't even know they had a twin until this game. You know what I'm saying? They had a field day. And I'm not even gonna rant this video. You know, this is not a rant video. This is just it's just which coach do you think should be fired? For me, offensive coordinator Sean Lewis got to go. Um, Coach Flea got to go. If Coach Flea has anything to do with the rotations of the running back, he got to go. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not seeing Alton McCaskill, Smoke. I mean, it's a lot of running backs. Savion. What I didn't even see Savion Wickerson. You know, it's players that I haven't seen. So if he has anything to do with the running back rotations, he got to go. Um, Defensively, again, I feel like we played well defensively. It's just the fact that we didn't. They put us in that position to where we were relying on our defense to score points, and we ain't built like that. We're not a team that's built like that. We created turnovers. Travis Hunter, shout out to Travis Hunter, played phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? He put us in position to win the game, but we couldn't get anything going on the offense side of the ball. Offensive coordinator by, yes, I agree with you 100%. So I'm going to invite you guys, for those that want to join the live. I see we have over 230 people in the room. I only ask for you guys to hit the like button. For those that don't want to hit the like, it's cool. Don't make no difference. But if you guys like for me to go live, just hit the like button. So I have shared the StreamYard link. Someone says, hey, what happened to Shiloh? Shiloh got kicked out the game because of a tackle. They call it targeting. I didn't feel like it was targeting. I felt like it was a great hit. And you know, of course, if it's targeting, you pretty much got to sit out. You know, um, that hurted us as well. Why is Dylan Evers the only running back used? Absolutely. That's what I'm saying, Watts. If Coach Flea have anything to do with that rotation, he has to go. If Sean Lewis has anything to do with that rotation, he has to go. If Coach Prime have anything to do with that rotation, he needs to be checked. Like, I'm not talking about I'm not saving anybody. I mean, whoever it is that has something to do with that. Bad call. I agree. I don't feel like that shallow hit was I don't feel like that was targeting. I feel like it was too close of a call to call that, and they called it helmet to helmet. I don't feel like it was helmet to helmet. The refs were poor again. Yeah, the refs was bad, but I'm not going to blame the refs in this game. I'm not going to blame them. I'm going to blame the coaches. Um, I'm going to blame the coaches. Didn't make adjustments in the second half. You had 2 full weeks. Didn't make adjustments to prepare for UCLA, and I'm blaming the coaches again. I blame the coaches for the Stanford game. I'm blaming the coaches now. I probably would be the only YouTuber on here that's blaming coaches, but I don't care. You guys know I do plan to go to a game, and if they know who I am and they know that I'm calling them out, it is what it is, man. I don't care. I blame the coaches for this one once again. No adjustments was made, and this is why we're losing games. This is why we're 4-4. If we had good coaches, we would be bowl eligible right now. We need better linebackers also. Where the press conference? Yeah, I'm waiting on it now. There's no press conference right now. Alton, and if Coach Prime, speaking of press conference, if Coach Prime justified anything when we talk about the coaches, I'm holding him accountable as well. Because it doesn't take anybody that don't know anything about football or know anything about football to know what was going on out there. Nobody made adjustments. I mean, you can't think you wouldn't think a team like UCLA would continually go down the field and not score. The defense did their job in the first half. The score was 7-6 halftime. Luckily, it was 7-6. When it was 7-6 in the first half, I immediately said, I'm happy because we're going to make adjustments. Second half, we can probably win the game because we're way better than UCLA. Yet, this is a top 25 team. So this has nothing to do with the players. All of y'all talking about we need to get this better. We need better linebackers. We need better this. We need better that. That has nothing to do with why we're losing games. We're playing teams like UCLA, USC. I mean, we're playing teams that are very, very good, but we're losing to them because of our coaches. Good. We got somebody that knows about the game. I'm gonna bring him in. We got Pastor.
Hey man, this
What's going
PC
on,
been.
Pastor? How you doing?
You can hear me, man. Man,
I can barely hear you for some reason.
I can barely. Hold on, let me make sure this thing is all right. Is that a little bit better?
Yep, I'm remove you out and then try to come back in.
Okay, okay.
Okay, let's try it now. I say something now. I say something. Yep, it may be some on your end. Whenever you can get it, just try to come back in. It's clear Caleb and Amarion have a clear understanding of wide out than Jimmy. Yep, I agree with you 100%. Caleb, shout out to Caleb Mathis. Speaking of Caleb, shout out to Caleb Mathis, man. He played phenomenal. Played great. Played great. He was another one of those players that haven't been playing that deserves some playing time. All right, can you say something now? Hold up. All right, can you hear me now? Yeah, I don't know why it won't. For some reason, I'm not hearing you. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Test, test. Put a one in the chat if y'all can hear me. I just want to make sure it ain't on my end. Okay, cool, cool. Yeah, so Caleb Mathis played phenomenal. Okay, yeah, appreciate it, appreciate it. Yeah, Caleb Mathis played phenomenal, man. Again, it has nothing to do with the players we have, man. It's all about the coaches. Pope says, I just don't understand why they will not run the ball. Me and my homeboy was like, yeah, absolutely. I don't understand that either. Why won't they run the ball? I've been saying I've been saying that Jimmy ain't what people are. Jimmy didn't do good this game. There was a few passes where he dropped. He ran a crossing route where he stopped mid route. Um, I don't know. It was on him. It wasn't on Shador. He just completely stopped. Um, but again, I'm blaming the coaches. I'm not gonna do. A lot of y'all have great points. But my whole message is going to be what coaches should be fired. Wideouts are running deep and then not coming back to the quarterback coaches, offensive coordinator. The wide receivers are running what the offensive coordinator won't. He's running what they're running what they're told to run. Shout out to Jimmy Cleveland. Appreciate you for the donation. But yeah, that has nothing to do with the wideouts. They're running the routes that they're told to run. That's the offensive coordinator. Mag, do you think that with all this prime, we'll learn from this year and improve on the mistakes next year? Um, with the same coaches we have now, especially Coach Lewis, I don't see much changes because I feel like it has nothing to do with any. It's nothing he can do besides go try to improve the offensive line. But other than that, it's not really much he can do because he has the talent. You know what I'm saying? Um, with with that same offensive coordinator, I just don't see it happening. And with that, in my opinion, I feel like it's going to make Shador Sanders to second guess. I mean, second, confirm if he coming back. You know, great question. They are an air raid offense. I don't, I don't care if they're air raid offense, under center offense. If you are in the game and you see things are not working as a coach, you're supposed to change it. That's my whole interested in to what you think about that. They do not even try to run. They don't. I don't understand why they don't even try to run. This is football. You know what I'm saying? Football is supposed to be run, pass, run, pass. At least, even if you want to pass the ball, you run to keep the defense guessing. They don't even try to do that. And again, it's not about anybody besides offensive coordinator and whoever else around it. Coach Prime, he's the head coach. And again, I don't know what he's saying in his press conference, but if he's defending these coaches, man, then I lost all my confidence. Why does number 50 Jack Bailey on offense on our O line keep playing? He has been getting beat on all plays. Honestly, I was expecting to see some new faces, some new numbers on the offensive line. That's how horrible they were. I mean, there's no way somebody finna tell me there's only 5 offensive linemen on Colorado team. So why didn't we see anybody else? Don't blame Jimmy. Sean Lewis stay calling hot routes. Yeah. Playing a strong defense shows how weak our talent is on the O line. Yeah. I believe he just needs to be open so he can dodge the hit. I don't think he likes the contact like that. Yeah, that's definitely true with Jimmy Horn. I've watched enough of him. He don't like contact for sure. Shador, Travis, Xavier should all declare for the draft. Well, unfortunately, Travis Hunter can't declare because he's a sophomore. But Xavier, I think Xavier and Shador can. But I mean, honestly, if all of them could, I would too. Jimmy would sleep tonight. They don't run the ball because Dion wants Shador to get padded stats, easy to see. Can't really say that because I just think Coach Prime realized our strength is to pass the ball, but you know you have a right to feel that way because we ain't running the ball. So who am I to sit here in front of the camera, in front of 287 people, and say Coach Prime want the team to run the ball when they're not running it? So if that's how you feel, you have a good point because they ain't running it. And we was up 29-0 against Stanford, and then they didn't run it, and that's how the team came back. So maybe you are right. If you watch the game, that defense is beating Colorado O-line. How can you run on that? That O-line need to be arrested. Man, hey, did Bishop Thomas play? I didn't even see him out there. I don't know. I was so focused on the offensive lineman. Um, I don't even know. Let's keep it real. If Dion doesn't turn this around next year, then I mean, I mean, Mama T. Shout out to Mama T, man. I always showing love. She says my godson played corner in the SEC. Shiloh played here as well. Different conference. It definitely shows he reads plays well. I will continue to say this until I get an amen. O-line coach has a hidden agenda. You might be onto something right there. You definitely might be onto something right there because I've never seen this before. I've never seen this before, Mama Tia, because the offensive line was literally standing still. It's almost like I I mean I coach children. I coach 5, 6, 7 year olds, and I feel like they could have attempted better blocking than Colorado offensive linemen. And I'm not exaggerating. I'm so serious. I know a 9-year-old kid that can block better than what I've been seeing from this offensive lineman, and I'm not tripping. So we got Mama Till in the back. Let's see if we can get her to the room. I don't know why it won't let me click the link. Click the link, Tia, and it should give you um, a way to join. I'm gonna reshare the link. Let me reshare the link because it won't let me invite you to the room. Just give me a second. What is Coach Prime saying for those that's still up and watching the game? I mean, not watching the game, but watching ESPN. Anybody know what Coach Prime is saying? Let's see if we can get Mama Tia in the room. Yeah, try to click that link and then it should be able to bring you back. Okay, we have super chats. Shout out to MJ. He says, "Wish we had a." Okay, we got Mama Tia trying to join. Let's see if it let her. Let's see. All right, we got Pastor. What's going on?
Hey there, hey, man. Boy, I ain't even watched the press conference yet. I'm gonna tell you this. I only got two things, man. It's two things that you got to say about this game. And we all know the O line is bad, but really good. What good coaches do, they use that what they have is what they do. So you use what you have, and so it's two things you got to talk about here: personnel, coaching. There's no way in the world that the defense, there's no way you can expect them to have 4 turnovers again in the second half. That's not going to happen. You can't keep putting your defense out there. So the defense played about the best that they could play. Um, from an offensive line standpoint, I think we did actually have a new tackle that started, and he played the first series only, and then they took him out. They put Tank back in. Jada was on the started. And then after that, it was just downhill. But it's two things you got to do. I can't understand why you wouldn't bring in max protection. Why not bring in a fullback? Why not? We had 2 weeks to prepare, and we did no adjustments whatsoever. I don't know why we didn't do any tight ends. We don't bring in. We still got Dylan in on a third and long. He can't block. I think Mama Tia must have came in there. That must be her cheesing. Them pretty teeth. Uh, all right, let me put myself on there. You can't see my pretty cheese. Yeah, that's my thing is, yeah, you don't have any coaching changes. They made no adjustments whatsoever. And even though that team, as bad as we played on the offensive line, we were still in a game. All we had to do is one, match protect, and then run to our make some personnel changes while you got Alton on the bench. I think Alton he's averaging almost 5 yards to carry through all of his carries that he's had this year, but yet he's not on the field. No offense to I think it was Jaquez Robinson. He had a pass interference penalty, which he hadn't played well all year. You don't give Hermione the chance. And so that would have been a fourth down and they got that on. He's out of the game. Those were some key plays, and you still don't see our number one linebacker, Juju. If you're going to dress him, if it's a discipline issue, I don't have no problems with that if you're not playing him. But why you dressing him?
Yeah, I just don't understand that either. I don't know. Like at this point, I'm confused. Like I've never watched a game where I was just like, I hope Shedeur Sanders can get out of there healthy. You know what I'm saying? It was that bad. Every play, I knew he was going to get hit, whether it was a good play or bad play. I knew he was going to get hit. Obviously, a couple of players, they played against him in high school, so they had some extra animosity towards him. And the offensive line ain't protecting you either. So it's like, I mean, it was a scary setting for him. And I wouldn't judge him if he declared tonight and say I'm entering the draft. I would not have anything to say about that, after what I saw tonight. What about you, Michael? How you feel? And then we're going to get Mama Tia.
Let me just say this. Mama Tia said she thought that the offensive line coach might be suspect. Those blocks, I'm not even going to call them blocks. Those whiffs that they had, it's got to be an issue there that's a bigger issue than what's being said. I mean, it was blatantly obvious this tonight. So I don't know. Something going on either in the locker room or something. That's all I got to say. Okay.
Well, I agree with you 100%. So yeah, we're gonna let Michael. What's your thoughts, and then we're gonna get Mama Tia.
Okay, first of all, I want to allude to the offensive line also. I'm just gonna say it almost looked like that it is intentional that they're not blocking because it's ridiculous. It's utterly ridiculous. It's just bad on the eyes. They're gonna get Shedeur killed, with the biggest problem, no matter what, is the offensive line. We play good on defense. We got 4 turnovers. It's just if he don't have time to throw, it's gonna make everybody look bad on the offense. Jimmy, all the rest of them. It's just frustrating, man, and it's hard on the eyes, man. It's just really, really frustrating. I'm here on the truck, man. I'm in Texas. I'm working, but man, it's rough to watch, man. It really is.
Yeah, especially when you hear the commentators laughing and joking, and they,
yes.
I've never seen a game where they made a statistic of how much he getting pressured, and it's almost like they were so happy. You know what I'm saying?
They was happy now. They was happy.
What about you, Mama Tia? How? So first of all, I want to thank you and also Pastor, man. Both of y'all been amazing when we talk about the support. Y'all been doing for the channel. But how do you feel as far as this game? What's your thoughts?
Y'all see me, I'm just here in the South, just smiling from cheek to cheek. Hello, Pastor. Hello, MAGDOG. Hello, all of the fans that have joined in this evening. I don't want to be the one that casts the first stone. And normally when I speak, I want to speak on facts and truth to power, go at first hand. MAGDOG, on one of the previous interviews, I want to say maybe back 9 months ago, could have been 8-9 months ago. I recall when Coach Prime when he first went to Boulder back December, and he introduced Shedeur as the Colorado Buffs franchise quarterback. And during those early practices, I very well remember seeing Coach Lewis in an interview, and he was questioned at some point, I don't know if it was in the facility or wherever it was. That part I vaguely remember, but I clearly remember him when one of the analysts asked him about Shador being the franchise quarterback, and he stated that everybody was in for, for the win. In other words, best man win. Even though Coach Prime had already stated that Shador would be the franchise quarterback. So therefore, that's what brought me to this point in stating that, okay, is there an agenda here with him? And then his tone also too in the early practices with Shador, but Shador with his mannerism, I don't know if he picked up on it in the spirit or not. But as I was watching some of those clippings, I kind of felt a little unease. And I says, I wonder if Coach Prime noticed any of his momentum towards his son in particular. So, with watching these games and seeing how things are being played out, now it's really coming to question.
Yeah,
And I don't know if I'm the only one that actually feels this way, or I'm not as educated as you are with football, MacDog. And I sat at the 50-yard line here in South Carolina, watch my god kids play and everything. Different conference, same concept to some extent, but I've never seen it this bad from a coach that just keep everybody bad in on the game instead of
yeah,
moving the players around, giving others a try. I don't 100% agree with if you are good in practice, you're going to be good in the game. Some are bad in practice and good as crap in the game.
exactly. Like, and where was Kamani McLean? Like, I mean, I thought he, was leading the practice this week, and I was excited to see him on the field. And we get out here and we see that he didn't even play. So, there's a lot of things that's being done around this team that it have me not only questioning, the coaches, but Coach Prime, the head coach as well. I love Coach Prime, but it's like all of us, like you, Pastor, what I'm saying, Mike, all of us, we don't take a rocket science to
We
see what
don't
we
take
see.
you
You know
don't
what I'm
you
saying?
ain't got
So
you
if
don't
we
need a
Well,
see
gold
this,
jacket.
and I want to just chime in on one more thing. Earlier in the game, if you all watched Coach Prime, it was during one of the plays, I think in the first or second quarter, and he was like oblivion to like what happened instead of one of the coaches communicating to him, telling him exactly what went down on the field. So I'm wondering if some of that is also too going on behind the scenes.
yeah,
Well, one
yeah,
one
but
thing
and
that Coach Prime, he lets his coaches coach.
He
And
does, he
but he
does,
lets
as
his
he
coaches
should,
coach, and he
as he
should.
should.
But and it's one of those issues where it doesn't take a gold jacket or rocket scientist to know when you have a pass rush, which we everybody knew that UCLA's pass rush was a beast. But the way you offset that, you run the ball. You run the ball. That's what you do. Even if you're only getting 2 or 3 yards, that's how you offset that. And it was actually available in the first half, and we didn't run at all. And so when you don't do those
Just
things,
standing there.
you scratch your head. And then when you don't run, we had so many shotgun licks with no protection in the backfield at all. So all they had to do was pin there. They running right at us. No protection back there. So
Look, one thing I know for sure, Coach Prime is analyzing everything. This is the first year,
yeah,
85 new players. It's already a win. Like it's already a win from last
Definitely,
season if you want to
oh
base it
definitely,
on that alone.
oh
You
definitely.
know, but
I'm
he analyzing everything, and believe you me, he gonna make some changes. Just like you say, man, dog. It's all about personnel. It's all about the coaches.
coaching.
Coaches' heads gonna roll. Players. I think Coach Prime is done with McLean because to me he's a good player, but his body English, to me, he has an attitude problem. You don't never see him smiling. You see him smiling a few times, but it's just Coach Prime wants folks that love football, and it's hard to really sniff that out when you are pretending. But
Well,
I agree with
that
y'all
actually
because
that might be a
Prime,
Coach Flea
and
issue, not
Pastor,
a Prime issue.
Pastor,
That might be a
Pastor, you
fluke.
just wait a minute. Pastor just said a mouthful. When you are grateful, your gratitude would show.
Yeah.
And discipline. This let me just say this. When you are a disciplined individual, I work in nuclear, and there are often times if something comes my way, and for instance, Pastor, if you were my leader or my manager and you had to discipline me, I may be a little bit upset, but I'm going to appreciate you because it's considered positive reinforcement.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Positive
exactly.
reinforcement. Now I'm gonna chime out of this the live. I want to go see some of the comments, y'all, because I'm family all in. Pastor, it's so nice meeting you
Yeah,
and to
Yes.
Pastor.
see
Hey.
I gotta
you.
get both of y'all
Hey.
together, man. I gotta do something where I can get
Yeah.
both of
Yes,
y'all
Oh,
together
we.
for
and
sure.
Oh,
I'm Reverend
I'm all
Brandon,
sold out.
Pastor. I'm Reverend
Okay.
Brandon. I'm
All
Reverend
right.
Brandon. Um, I marched at Morehouse back in 2007, graduated in '06. And it is just
Awesome,
an
bro.
amazing blessing that this channel carries the maturity of different ethnicity. We all can chime in together to agree and disagree and love. And I just love that about Malcolm and how he is such an
Oh man. Ain't
awesome
he amazing?
God-fearing analyst.
Yes.
He's a phenomenal,
Awesome.
brilliant young man.
Awesome.
And I'm sure
Awesome.
all of the fans right now, we're going to touch and agree for your health and for results, good results and everything. And that, you're a man of great patience. And so you're going to flabbergast and it's just going to blow up in God's time and his time. And you're doing a phenomenal, outstanding job with great dignity and respect. And we appreciate you for everything and all that you're doing.
Yeah,
It's just great.
yeah. I definitely appreciate y'all.
Amen.
Y'all keep me going for
amen,
sure.
amen.
Amen. Amen. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Well, I'm a.
So
You know
I
we
mean,
sold out for this thing, so
yeah, I
I'm
gotta
in for the
get
long
both of
haul.
y'all together though. You, Pastor, you
We in for the
always
long
stopping by,
haul.
showing love to the channel, man.
Yes.
That
Yes.
means a
Yes.
lot. Then we got Mike stepping in, on the truck, still showing love to the channel, man. That means a
For
lot for
sure.
sure.
We showing in. Yeah, we in for the long. We in for the long haul, man. This ain't a.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't.
man. We
I don't.
in for the
I
long
don't
haul.
care. I don't care if we lose. That's not my issue. I just want them to put the kids in the best position, though, to be
Right.
successful and put our best product on the field. If we don't win another game, that's cool. I didn't bought. I'm going to the game next week. I'm flying out to the. Then I bought one for Arizona too. I broke my leg. I broke my leg at the CSU game. So I'm in for the long haul. But I do want to see them put the best foot forward, and it just
Yeah,
makes you wonder why in the world we got Juju on the sideline. If he's disciplined, don't dress him. If it's a discipline issue, just don't dress him. You know,
you know,
Yes.
you know.
Coach Prime, Coach Prime, he old school. And one thing I know he not gonna tolerate, me as a former coach with baseball, basketball, and football, is attitude. And it's like
I'm
you
right
can
there with him.
disrupt the team. You can act a certain way that can get you kicked off the team. And me as a former player, I got kicked off a few teams because of attitude. I could play, but attitude goes a long way. And with Kamani and a few other guys that's not lining up mentally,
Right.
Coach Prime is just not going to tolerate that. He's not.
Yep.
And I would, and he shouldn't, I just feel
Yep.
like
I
if
agree
they're
with y'all
not going to do it, just
100%.
don't dress
So
them.
is there any
Yeah, I'm
final
gonna
things
jump
y'all
right
would
off
like to
here.
say? Cause we have like 3, 4 more people want to join.
I'm
It's
gonna
definitely, like
jump
I
off
say,
here.
Pastor, I gotta get with you though, for sure, for sure.
Yeah, for
Okay, y'all.
sure.
Hey, look, I'm going to get
Awesome.
off, man. I'm going to go in the comments, man. Love
All
you
right,
guys.
Okay.
right back at you, man. Love y'all, man. Thank you.
Okay. Shoot me a message, Pastor. Whenever you get a chance, and you have a safe trip, Mike, for sure. Um, so let's see what we got. Great, great, great people, man. I love to meet, great people. Um, we have him stuck in the background. Okay. So how do you guys feel as far as what was said? I mean, they have great points. As far, especially with Kamani McLean, maybe Kamani is just not ready. Um, motivational wise. Maybe he's just not ready. And because I feel like Coach Prime is not going to do anything to jeopardize anybody. You know what I'm saying? But this ain't even really about Kamani McLean, in my opinion. This is about the coaches not putting the players in position to win. That's really what this is about, in my personal opinion. Shout out to Jimmy Cleveland on the super chat. I also shout out to Mama Tia as well that just joined. Jimmy says, I believe the O-line might have the OC slick complaining about Shador because OC can't get on Shador like the other players because they just let them people just walk past them and tackle Shador. I believe that Julian might. Yeah, there's and again, all of this is just crazy to me, honestly, because when I react to and also shout out to TL in the super chat for sure. But when I'm reading y'all messages, a lot of times I hesitate or I pause because I be thinking as if me being that former player that you guys know that I am, and I think like, okay, if I'm the player, is it possible? You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, and I just never would have thought as a player that I have an offensive coordinator that is intentionally trying to get my quarterback, punished. You know what I'm saying? But it's clear. I mean, what I'm seeing every single week is obvious. Something is not right. You know what I'm saying? Something is clearly not right. I just don't think any offensive linemen are that horrible. So it has to be more going on than we know. Rod says, what was the point of bringing all those running backs? Exactly. What's the point of bringing all those running backs and we only seeing one or two of them? Absolutely. Best defense CU played all year, hands down. I knew we was going to win this game when they only allowed them to have 7 points. I believe ESPN was a little negative yes, they were. They absolutely was negative. They was definitely negative. I've never watched a game where they statistically categorized how many times Shador Sanders was pressured. It's just everything was definitely negative in my opinion. Who cares if Kamani leaves? That's not what it's about. He get toasted to stop. Great point. I hope not. Mama T is definitely right, though. There's a lot of people that just want to see this team lose. A lot of people are excited. But I do agree with Mike. I feel like this is just Coach Prime first year. So I do feel like, the same thing happened at Jackson State, right? 30 minutes away from me. The same thing happened. Coach Prime was losing first year. Second year, he had more time, to get his players. And then, bam, they start winning championships. I feel like that's what's going to happen here in Colorado. But some of those coaches has to go. MAGDOG, hope you good. Yeah. So for those that, everything's going to be good. Monday, I will have the results, and hopefully everything is well, and I can get everything right as far as the treatment, and then we can go on with everything. I know you guys know I want to go ahead and get to some of those games, and we definitely gonna do that. I can't tell you it's not severe, like it's not like deadly. I'm not finna be dead or something like that. It's not like that. It's just a small setback, what I'm saying, that I had to take care of. So when I do go to these games, especially Arizona for sure, when I go to finally get to a home game, I can go and show you guys what the future will be like with me at the games, because I'm not being cocky. You guys know how I am. I don't like to talk noise, anything like that. But I can tell you guys, my plans is going to be different. Like the way that I'm going to actually do it is going to be unique. It's going to be special. No other content creator is going to do what I'm doing, what I plan on doing. So, but I had to take care of some things on the health end so I can, be good as far as like, just making sure that I'm good 100%. But it's nothing like severe, severe, severe. It's just some things I had to take care of. Just regular stuff, and everything going to be good for sure. But once I go out to those games, I want to be 100% so I can give you guys the energy you guys know that I have. And you guys ain't seen nothing yet for sure. But I appreciate that, Steven. Coach Prime should not blame the players. This is the coach's fault. Absolutely. 100%. 100% the coaches. This don't have anything to do with the players. Nope, don't blame the OC. The OC is an extension of the coach. The defense was beast mode, O-line and DB. On the line, I'd like to see Shador be more of a leader to the O-line. I'm going to tell you I agree with only a little bit of this comment. When I was watching this game, my little brother was like, if that was Tom Brady, he would have been in the face of the offensive line. And he was right. He's absolutely correct. I do want to see more of that leader, that competitiveness from Shador Sanders. I know he's not the type that's going to throw his players under the bus, but I want to see him get in the face of those offensive linemen. And I haven't seen that from him. Shout out to Jimmy Cleveland. Appreciate you for the super chat. He says, by the defense playing so well, it just highlighted OC. Absolutely. Even Chip Kelly said that with all these turnovers, we shouldn't have won. Did you guys hear that? So apparently Jimmy just watched Chip Kelly press conference, and he said with all the turnovers that they have, they shouldn't won. That what frustrates me more than anything is the fact that I know we should have won, and not only this game, but it's multiple games that I'm seeing us lose. That's bothering me. Even if you don't run for a lot of yards, just the threat gives an offense so many options. Yes, it does. It keeps the defense guessing. That's what that terminology came about in football. When you hear people say keep the defense honest or keep them guessing, that's all that means. But when a defense knows you're going to throw the ball, and as a secondary, when you know that the offense don't have time, the quarterback don't have time, now you can start cheating up a little bit. You don't have to worry about the deep routes because Shador Sanders don't have more than 2 seconds to get the ball out of there, so they can play on their back heels. And it's harder for wide receivers to get open because the DBs already know you're running a short route. When we did throw it deep, what did we do? We capitalized. Xavier Weaver was catching them over the top. Fade routes, we was getting that when we had time. And that's what frustrates me the most out of everything is the fact that I can see why we're losing the game, and it ain't because of the players. Do you think Coach Prime is so focused on promoting Shador? No, I don't think this has anything to do with promotion of Shador. I just think this has a lot to do with either A, what everybody just said that joined the live. There's some hidden agenda going on that we don't know about, or B, the offensive line is just that horrible, and C, I'm adding the fact that the coach's offensive coordinator is just horrible. And the personnel, whoever make the personnel decisions as well, Coach Flea. I'm talking about running backs particularly. I'm not even talking about the wide receivers. Everybody did phenomenal on the wide receiver side for what they was able to do. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not even blaming Jimmy Horner as much because, again, this defense knows that they're running short routes because they know that Shador don't have the time to throw the ball down the field. Why, when we did throw the ball down the field, we capitalized because it threw the secondary off because they knew that they were shocked. Everybody was shocked. You know what I'm saying? Because, again, our offensive line is that horrible. It's not the coaches. I mean, how much motivation you have to give these kids. I mean, again, if you watch this game, you can clearly know it was the coaches. It has nothing to do with motivation. I promise you that. Coaches are getting out coached. Absolutely. They could have had 3 more turnovers and still won. Yes. UCLA could have. Yes, absolutely. They could have had 10 turnovers, and I still feel like we were going to lose this game because of what we was doing offensively. That's how horrible it is. Like, that's how horrible we are as an offense. And I'm not talking about the players, I'm talking about the coaches and the offensive linemen. But I don't even think the offensive linemen, again, listen to what I'm saying. I'm not saying that they are good or they're just sorry. I just feel like the coaches don't put them in position, the players in position to be successful. But maybe I'm tripping, though. Dylan should not play. Why not? Why not? Because when he was playing, when they was throwing him swing routes, when they was putting him on the outside, and he was showcasing that 4.3 speed, we was getting the ball. We was moving the ball. Why shouldn't he play? Now, as far as pass blocking go, I agree with that part. You know, that's where Alton McCaskill come in, Savion Wilkerson, Smoke, all of those boys. But to say that we need the guy that scored 4 touchdowns against TCU to be on the sideline is crazy. Yeah, something is off, definitely. Shout out to Sunflower Brown. She says, I don't see the hunger in our guys. Yeah, you might be right. I don't see the hunger. I don't see the hunger as well. As far as just that meaning a lot to you, I don't see that as well. Just imagine if Tom Brady was sacked the amount of times Shedeur Sanders was sacked. Can you guys imagine how that sideline would have been? You know what I'm saying? I can tell you right now, he would have been in the face of the offensive lineman, the offensive coordinator. It would have been ugly. I just don't see these players aren't as vocal. They aren't as vocal. They aren't as vocal. You know what I'm saying? And again, it's not a knock against them as players. They're just different. When I was coming up, players like the Dez Bryant, they get into the faces of the coordinators when they be wanting to win. The Tom Brady. You know what I'm saying? But these players kind of like, it's just going through it, going through the motion. Not saying they should do those things. I'm just telling y'all what usually happens. Usually quarterbacks get in the face of people that is causing them to not perform at their best. If the O-line is being shady, they only hurting themselves. I agree with you on that. So what do you guys think needs to be done moving forward? We still have 4 games left, and we still can be bowl eligible. So as bad this season is, if we win 2 of the last 4 games, we can go to the bowl. So what do you guys think needs to take place? I don't know if Coach Prime can get rid of Sean Lewis right now, but if he could, I honestly think, I don't. I think if he could, I would. Put it like this: if I knew that I could get rid of the OC and hire somebody else, I would do that. I would take that risk. But the O line is not that bad. You have to try to run the ball. I agree. I think it's more. I really believe it's more of the coaches, the decision. You know what I'm saying? The play decisions more so than anything. The O line is, like Sonya say again. I understand the O line is trash. I understand that, but again, you have to work with what you got. Like, they're not 6-year-olds. Like, they can still get in position at least, but I just feel like the coaches aren't calling the right plays to make it more. Jimmy says, by the defense playing so well, it just highlighted. Yeah, I agree with you on that. And then he said, all I'm saying is, if OC knows how Shedeur gets hit with a bye week, you can't come up with schemes to get him hit less. What do you guys think about Jimmy comment? If he says, all I'm saying is, if offensive coordinator knows how Shador gets hit with a bye week. You can't come up with schemes to get him hit less. I agree with you. I had to read it again. I agree with you. You had 2 full weeks to protect Shador. When the commentators were saying they got a half to think about how they're going to protect Shador, I was sitting there shaking my head. Right, I was shaking my head at that point because I'm like, nothing's going to be changed because they had 2 weeks. Why do we need a half to figure this out? We do need size. We definitely need some size. He trolling for that comment Dylan needed. Yeah, I know. I already know that. We have 270 people in the room, and I already know we're going to have trolls, But you guys know I'm always going to be honest, so I can't really catch it. A lot of times it slipped by me because I be serious. A lot of times I don't even be knowing when people trolling. I'm easily to get trolled because I'm serious about this what we're talking about. So if you troll me, you can get me good. But yeah, he had to be trolling on that. Keep on pushing, keep playing, keep working. I think OC Lewis is in over his head. You can't compare professional athletes to college kids. They can't go to bowl. They suck. That's a troll right there. Well, I mean, even if he is trolling, again, this is why I allow trolls to be trolls after a loss like this. Even if he is trolling, I mean, who am I to sit here and argue with him? You know what I'm saying? With how we've been performing. He got a good point. We do suck right now. Moving forward, give other players a chance. Absolutely. I agree with you 100%. It's time to give other players a chance on the offensive line. On the offensive line. And that means, what's that, Savion Washington? And I don't even know the other line. They already took Tyler Brown away from us the entire season. But I think Tyler Brown could block better than the guys we have, them 5 guys. You know what I'm saying? I think Tyler Brown could do better by protecting Shador than those guys together. That's how bad we look today. Fire Sean Lewis, let the wide receiver coach be the intern OC. He was at JSU. Shout out to Gaming Entertainment Network. For those that like gaming entertainment content, definitely check him out. Good friend of mine. You're always showing love to the channel. He makes a lot of content as far as different games, The Last of Us, Madden, all type of games. So if you guys love gaming content, definitely check his channel out. He says, facts, you got to call the right plays to support the O-line. Yes, absolutely, 100%. You got to call the right plays to support the O-line. You know what I'm saying? If you don't do that, then, the O-line is only going to be as good. So, but yeah, that's a great comment right there. He averages 5.7 a carry. How isn't he ready? Bro, no, he can play. Just run it. No rollout plays. We knew coming into the game, the line was weak. Coach Lewis has 2 weeks to prepare. That's what we got. All coaches make adjustments. Yes, I agree with you 100%. Coach Lewis had 2 weeks to prepare, and this is the performance he gave us. It was a very horrible performance. Jimmy Cleveland, a real one. Yeah, that was definitely great. O-line. Fire all those coaches. Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad idea either. That would not be a bad idea either. Get rid of everybody. Start fresh. Dion needs to stop being as passive. I agree with you 100%. He's very, very passive. I can't wait to have you guys watch this press conference because I can't wait to see how passive he is in this interview. Will he talk about the players? They should have did this. They should have did that. If he say that, that's passive. Or will he say the coaches needs to do better? That's aggressive to me. They need to protect my son. They need to figure out how they can get him in position to be what he's capable of being. All the quarterbacks that everybody's talking about should win the Heisman this year is not better than Shedeur Sanders. They have offensive linemen. They have time. Shedeur is doing what he's doing right now with no offensive linemen. You guys had a chance to see tonight how horrible the offensive linemen are. And then go look at Shedeur numbers and tell me what he would do with an average offensive lineman. Let's not even say a good one. Let's just say average. And an average OC as well. I mean, dang, dude, what you want the coaches to go out there? Again, I understand that. I played this game before, and I know what that comment means. Trust me, I understand that. But in this case, it's not that. It's not the case where you want to say, well, the coaches can't play for the players. This ain't that case, but this wasn't in that game. You know what I'm saying? But I understand what you're saying. Trust me. They are trash. Absolutely. Absolutely. She's absolutely correct. Max protect. It's over for these coaches. There's many things you can do scheme wise. They have to move the pocket, 3-step drops, shallow screens, quick slants. That's what I was looking for. But again, when the defense only knows that's all that's going to happen, it makes it even more harder because now they don't have to play deep. And of course, the front four for UCLA, they had so much fun on the sideline. They was talking about twin brothers and stories of playing, in Texas and laughing and joking, and it was painful to watch because you guys think I have trolls in the comments. I have trolls in life. You know what I'm saying? When I hit the camera, when I cut this camera off and I go out, when I go outside, I have to hear trolls, because I'm wearing the gear, and I'm one of the biggest supporters of Coach Prime in Vicksburg. But I have to hear a lot of hate. But I have nothing to fire back with. When I'm getting trolled, I have nothing to fire back with because I just don't understand it. Jimmy Cleveland, appreciate you for the super chat. He says, just think if OC had ran a lot of sweeps to left side, right side, then pass and then in the middle because we got the speed. Just think if the OC had ran a lot of sweeps to left, right, then pass, and then in the middle because we got the speed. I think I understand what you're saying. Yes, absolutely. But he didn't do none of that either. All they did this whole game was Shedeur Sanders shotgun, pass, and pray for his life. That's all it was the entire game. Announcer said the O-line was blocking air. Yeah, hey, if you guys watch the game, you would clearly see that the commentators was definitely they was rough with it. I'll just say that. They was rough with it. Dylan is not a practice player. He's doing what the coach is telling him to do. Absolutely. All of them are. MAGDOG TV, if you run the ball, he doesn't get hit. Why he gets hit on second and third downs, which results in 0. Hence, run sweeps, run the ball. Yes, I agree with you 100%. I don't understand. It's a lot of the stuff that goes on with Colorado. I don't understand. McCaskill averaged 5 yards a carry. You guys heard Pastor that joined the live earlier. He was talking about that. So I'm gonna re-share the link for those that want to join the live. I just shared the link. I see some of you trying to come in. I can't say that, but you guys see the comment right here. He says, "Get out there." You know what? Yeah, he's absolutely correct. But I can't say that. But he said it for me. He's definitely said it for me. But what I don't like is why you keep running Dylan up the middle. He needs open space. Now you can blame the coach for that. I don't understand that as well. So we have swimming Millie. We have swimming Millie in the room. What's going on?
What's going on, bro?
Nothing much. Nothing much. What's your thoughts on the
Man,
game?
it just tripped me out. They rushed five. They rushed five every play of the game the first 2 quarters. I'm pretty sure Sean Lewis seen that. How do you go in the locker room and come back out and run the same offense? What's
What
worse than
changes do you
that,
think need to be made, though? I mean,
he got to get fired. Well, you had 2 weeks to come with different offensive plays and watch UCLA, bro. And you did not. What did you do for 2 weeks? You had 2 weeks to come up with some new offensive schemes, and we watched the exact same thing happen for the past 5 games over and over again. Nobody can block 5 men rushing in a spread with no backs in the back. You can't blame the offensive line for that. They can't block them if they rushing them like that every time. He go get sacked. I'm surprised Shedeur didn't come off the. I would have came off the field. You're not finna kill me. You know what I'm saying? Like at some point you got to realize. Then when he put extra blockers back there, they ran routes. I said, okay, he got some
so
blockers back there. They ran routes. I was like, man, come on. Is you gonna let the man get hurt? This
so
crazy, like
I'm confused. Like I don't know because I mean if we win 2 more games, we bowl eligible. So I mean, what do you think we need to do to at least be bowl eligible? What changes need to be made?
I don't think Sean Lewis gonna change it. I think you gotta get rid of him and Coach Prime gotta take over the offense. It's 6 games in a row, same offense. They first off, TCU them started catching on to what the scheme was. So at that point, it's time to change it up. You know, when they played against CSU, it's time to change some stuff up. But he didn't change it up then. It went game from game to game. Everybody know that same scheme, Sean Lewis. You still doing it over and over again. So 2 weeks, I really had hope and pride that we were finna see something different. Their defense showed out. Now that offense, the exact same thing. There's no way you see that they rushing him with 5 on the right side every doggone play with them twins, and you didn't say, let me put somebody over there. Let me put a tight end over there. Let me leave a runner back in the back so he have an extra blocker. Let me put him up on the center so it put more linemen out there or something. You didn't make no adjustment. You went in that locker room, came back out doing the same thing. Like Deion Sanders, you're going to either have to care about your son or Sean Lewis, because I'm as shocked that he didn't get injured today. You got to let one of them got to go. You got to hold on to your son or either send him on to the NFL because he going to get hurt, keep on playing that spread. All them wide
If you should
receivers
do it,
out there
Sanders,
going to block him.
is you coming back or you out of there
Yeah,
after this season?
He limping. He got hard though, man. He limping. He hurt. He's sick of the plays himself. You know what I'm saying? The linemen, they running so many different schemes. And then you got to think about UCLA adjusted in the second half. They started running different offensive plays, different defensive plays. That's what you go in there for halftime to do, to change up, to adjust to whatever the other team doing. Not to go in there and say, we need to hold everybody accountable. Hold yourself accountable. No, this time it's time for Deion Sanders to hold those coaches accountable, and especially Sean Lewis. Look, that's what he's never on well-off media. You never see him talking on well-off media. You never see him interacting with the players. I don't think he want to be there. If you don't want to be there, Sean Lewis, just leave, man. Don't do them players like this. Not the players. Nobody can block 5-man rushing in a spread with no other blockers in the backfield.
What about you, Loud Peck? What do you think?
First of all, I think Travis played a good game, fool. Shout out to that boy for coming back after he went through what he went through.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Yeah, shout out to the defense too. They played their hearts out, man, for real. Got some turnovers. They got that penalty or whatever. That was a bad penalty, Kyle. But on offense, we do too much. We do too much. Be 5 wide a lot, bro. And we don't run the ball.
Yep.
It ain't that we can't run the ball. We choose not to run the ball. And like bro said, bro, don't be on well off and his offensive line coach, he brought him from Kent State with him. He don't be on well off either. I ain't know if they just were scared of the camera or not want to be there. I don't know what that is. But I put it on Sean Lewis. But Dion, the coach, Dion can say, "Hey, y'all make something happen, man. Y'all change something, bro. That ain't working. That 5 wide, ain't nobody run. Alton McCaskill ran the ball good 2 weeks ago. You feel me?
I don't understand how he get in the game and then all of a sudden then they take him out and he don't see him ever again. He'll run for 5 yards and then he disappear.
That's another problem we have. We got too many people in rotation. Like we got 4, 5 running backs, got 10 receivers. I ain't seen no Moriarty since his game. Since he had his good game.
Yep.
I seen Caleb back there today. Shout out to him. This is his first time playing this year.
Yep, he did great. He did phenomenal.
Yeah, I seen Caleb back there today. But like I said, we got too much going on, bro. To be honest, we got a lot going on, bro. On offense, we got a lot of rotation receivers, and we got a lot of running backs that don't run the ball.
What about you, Doe? What's your thoughts? I can't hear you. What about you, Tisha?
I'm a little confused. Do we want to win these games? It doesn't seem like we want to win. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
It just doesn't seem like we want to win. It seems like we're setting ourselves up to lose. Like Sean Lewis is setting us up to lose. Because the last drive of the game was the best drive of the game.
Yeah, it's confusing for me. Like it's very, very confusing.
And we have good players and they're always showing up, but then you don't see them. Like they just go ghost. And it's like, it just makes me wonder, like, why are not the best players on the field? Like, why is DeMoy Kennedy not on the field? Like, I'm just questioning, like, there's so many good, fast players. And no knock to Trevor Woods because he got a lot of sacks, but he's not the best player to be in that role. Like, do you want
Exactly.
to
And
win
we
the
all
game?
know who the best player is. And
Yeah.
and we ain't see him none tonight.
No, like, it doesn't make sense. Like, we're watching football all day. It's football day, and every other team has their best players on the field, but Dion's
Yep.
team. So it makes you question, like, and he didn't do this in Jackson State, which is really weird. Like for people that's been following his teams, they've been good, and I don't understand, like, why is your best players not on the team? Like Trevor, look, you come to meetings, like get a cookie, but you don't get to be the star player just because you came to meetings and you work hard. Go support the star player. But like you guys need to win football games or this is going to end real quickly.
Yeah. Do y'all agree?
Yeah,
What
I
about you,
definitely,
Swimming Pool? Do you agree with that?
man. I definitely agree with her. I'm not sure what it is though. I don't want to say Sean Lewis got into it with somebody and he's sabotaging the team on purpose, but I really think that somebody rubbed him the wrong way earlier in the season. He really just don't care. It's like it's beyond like regular football for us now. Like anybody who know football can see that even at the end of
Exactly.
this game right here, right? All of a sudden he started doing the right plays, but then all of a sudden 3 minutes he quit. We gonna just run it, man. Finish the game, bro. Like you supposed to finish the game. We lost by 1 touchdown, bro. Finish the game. What is you doing? Why are you always quitting? Why are
That
you
was
always
another
doing these
weird game,
running
bro. When we
plays
lost
at
with
the
1
end?
touchdown, that was
Yeah,
another
Yeah.
then he
weird
started
calls.
running
There
the
was some
ball at
weird
the end.
calls going on, bro.
Yeah, he started running the ball at the end, and Shador had to start changing the play because they was bad plays. You know what I'm saying?
Right. We
What
ran the
are you
ball 3
doing, bro?
times on
Like,
that drive.
yeah, back to back. And bro, you ain't got to do nothing but score. What is you doing? Oh, so you just threw it. You just the game over with, right? So you
Bro.
know what
I
I'm
mean,
saying, bro?
we had them 7-6 at half. I just knew we
And
were gonna win this game. I'm like, they can't. This UCLA, like, this is what everybody was talking about. You know what I'm saying? So in my mind, I'm like, okay, they only got 7 points, and when we playing the way we playing with 3 turnovers, and we still in the game.
bro, I'm gonna say
Yes, the
this,
whole
bro.
the whole
This a
game,
lot.
entire game,
This a
the
lot
entire
going on
game
this
though.
year,
This the
bro.
thing about it. The first drive is the way Colorado should have played the whole game, but they took them big backs out and put Edwards up in there, and they started letting him run back through the middle and run around the plane. Look, it ain't in him to run through no middle, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can stop. I don't know. I think I don't want to say it's favoritism, But it
It's some
got to be
favoritism going
something
on
going
too,
on
bro.
in the locker room,
Yeah,
man. It's not just football no more. This is a locker room problem. This is a coach.
yep, I
This
agree
go
with y'all
the
100%.
athletic director is gonna have to fix this problem. You know what I'm saying?
He
He gonna have to
can't
come to
fix
Dion
nothing.
and say, look, he gonna have to come to Dion and say, look, check this out, man. Dude got to go, man. My folks come to complain to me, man. Yeah, the fans
So
complaining, the
swimming pool, is
lumberjack
that like, is there
complaining.
any final things you would like to say? We're gonna get some others chance to come up. I definitely appreciate you.
Nah,
Yeah,
for sure.
man. Y'all have a good night, man.
Okay, definitely. And what about you, Loud Pack?
Man, I don't know, bro. You know, we just love the team, fool. I don't know, bro. I want our offense to do better. You know, you see how much talent we got. You see how good we is when we play football. But it's always something every week, bro. It's always something. It's
That's
always
what I'm
something
saying.
small.
Every single week is something. Like it's
It's something
always something.
small. It ain't big. It ain't like we ain't got the talent to do what we do. We got the best player in the nation, two of them.
And that's what hurts me the worst. That hurts me the worst to know we got the best two players in the nation, and we having a conversation at 11 but 12 p.m. Eastern. You know what I'm saying, about 12 a.m. Eastern about this here. Like we should be talking about us in the playoffs for the first year. From what I'm saying,
Bro,
you know what I'm saying, like. But
our
it's the
record should,
coaches.
our record should be 5-3 at the worst, and 6-2 if we handle our business on the other couple games. And we a good team, bro. It's just it's so smart. Like our defensive line is smart, but they played their hearts out. Number 44 did his thing. Number 49 did his thing when he played.
Do
And
you think we're gonna get in the bowl though? Do you think we're gonna be bowl eligible? Or you
man,
think it's over with?
I'm not even concerned. I'm just concerned about one win at Oregon State. That's all I'm concerned. We got Oregon State at home. I ain't even thinking about a bowl. I'm thinking about the O line, and if we gonna decide to run the ball, because we can run the ball if we want to run the ball. And another thing is, I know this might sound off, but sometimes I do think Shador got to get his numbers. They don't really play to win the right way. They play for Shador to get his numbers sometimes. I don't want to say that, but that's what I see sometimes because we got to run the ball. Number
You got a
22.
good point. I
Number
see that
22, run
sometimes
the
as well,
ball.
especially last week when we was up 29-0, and then
Man,
we still passing the ball as if we
I
down
see it a lot,
29-0
bro.
in the second half, and they
This
come back and beat us. So it do be times where I'll be wondering why are we not trying to manage the game, you know?
bro, this what happened with that game. Travis had 20 targets. He was trying to make sure Travis get his numbers back up on the receiving side because he missed them games. I already seen it. And with that happened, Jimmy didn't have no catches last week. But when Travis was out, he had to work with everybody. Mikey Harrison didn't have no catches last week either. I mean, the game either.
I don't agree with that. I think Shador, he passes the ball even on this game, and they be dropping it. But I do think that Sean Lewis sets up the plays, and if it's a run play, they gonna run the ball. Like Shador is not gonna, like not try to. He would have made more passes. He would have got more yards if they ran the ball more.
Yes, that's the
Where did
problem.
y'all see Amari and Miller? Because I mean, last
That's what
time I
I'm
checked, he
saying,
was
bro.
like,
He
He was
in
didn't
my
on there.
opinion,
He
one of the
played.
best receivers on the team, and he ain't even
exactly.
play.
He
He
ain't
did
played
play
the last
today.
3 weeks. He
He
played
played
today.
today,
He played one
but for
catch.
like a snap or something.
Yeah, played one catch, but he ain't played since the USC game. He ain't even played the Arizona State game.
So
That's what I'm
nobody's talking
saying.
about the special teams. Like it's pretty bad.
It's bad, bro. It's
It's
like
bad.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. We so good and so trash at the same time.
You're right. I mean, I can't even. You are absolutely right. We are one of the most skilled trash teams in football.
We got good
That's
safety.
crazy. We
We
got
got
it. We
good
got the
safety.
right pieces and
Good
everything to
DB.
beat anybody. Still, like if you put us against it, I mean anybody, I really would bet. I would bet on us. But the coaches, in my opinion, is why I wouldn't bet on us.
I I
Yeah,
have one
real talk.
question and then I'll get off. Do you think that we're playing like the coaches, like the way they played at Jackson State, it just doesn't make sense how they're playing here. Like something is off about like what this team just used to be, like who Coach Prime used to be versus here, like being very passive, not like, you know what I mean, stepping in and really it's just too passive. It's just weird. Like it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
I think I
It's
think I think what that is he got to
yeah,
do
I
what he
have
got to
no
do for the
idea. You
for
know,
the.
I was expecting more of that aggression from Coach Prime as well, but you know, I honestly just have no idea. You know, it's weird. It's definitely weird because I followed Coach Prime at Jackson State as well. You know, he's only like um 20, 30, 25 minutes away, Jackson State from me. You know, I'm out here in Vicksburg, Mississippi. And when he was at Jackson State, man, he was more aggressive. You know, he was more like, you know, it's just, I don't know. Here in Colorado, it's different.
It's different. He can't do the same thing up there. He
Yeah,
really, he
it's
really
kind of
got
like they
a
control him more.
right. He really got a boss man up there. He gotta go answer questions and talk to them people
Yep.
and stuff.
And
He
then he
doing a
had to
good he
answer it a
doing a
certain
good job.
way.
Right. He doing a good job of doing the best he could do with that. But
Yeah.
I just hate
I guess, but I mean, I believe in the team, but I don't feel like they believe offensively in the team. They don't believe in the running game. When you watch the press conference, he just said, "Oh, well, we can." I'm like, "Yes, you can run the ball. You just ran the ball.
I'm telling you
He
what
just
that is. They want to make sure Shador get his numbers first instead of playing to win on that. I seen it. I hate to say it, but I seen it a few games. Like sometimes you got to slow the game down, like you said, that 29-0 game. Manage the game before we can get out of here with a W. But I'm
But
telling you, Shador got to get his numbers first, and then we can worry about winning. That's what I see. I'm not sure. I'm just saying that's what I see.
well,
well,
thank
I
you."
definitely appreciate you, Loud Pack, for joining. You definitely have some great points. And
Nah, for
hopefully,
sure, bro.
man, the next time you join the live, we can be in a more, you know,
A better
better
state.
understanding. Hopefully, we can be happy and talking about some like us winning the game. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it's crazy.
I gotta go see what Oregon State looks like now. I gotta do my research on them.
Exactly. You
But
know,
you
and
have a
and
good
they
one,
to
though,
me they're
bro.
a better team than UCLA. So
I
I
know they
mean,
ranked
we'll
higher.
see what we do.
I know they ranked higher. Hopefully, their defensive line ain't as good.
Exactly.
You feel
Well,
me?
appreciate you, bro.
You know it.
All right, we got somebody else trying to join. What's going on?
Hello.
Yep, yep. What's going on with you?
Yeah, I just wanted to touch on like the future, of Colorado too. It's just like a lot of people think that we're in college football, but it's different. We're in the business of college football. So a lot of times, as coaches, if you can't connect with these young players, the first player who leaves and becomes successful at another school is going to look like a stain on you as a coach sometimes. And I think people don't realize these kids are basically pros because they're getting paid with these NIL deals. So if you don't find a way to connect with your players and get all your players involved in putting the best players on the field, college football is gonna move a lot faster. People aren't gonna be saying, "Oh, give him 5 years to win" or "give him 3 years to win." People are gonna be expected to win now.
Yeah. So you don't think that hunger is. So what do you think is the reason why we losing these games? Like, is it the coaches, the players?
I think it's philosophical issues with the coaching. I understand that Coach Prime wants players to be disciplined and stuff, but he still has to realize these are the players that he brought in. So when you say these players aren't doing what they're supposed to, these are the players that you brought in. So you were supposed to evaluate these players before you brought them in. And see, that's the thing. People keep saying, "Oh, it's the players, it's the players." This week it's Jimmy, another week it's Kamani, another week it's this player, it's that player. And you got to realize when these players had enough of that, they're going to get some of them are going to get taken away, and some of them are going to go be successful somewhere else. And that's where college football is going. These kids are free agents now, and that's how it's going to respond. It's not going to be like, "Oh, well, we don't need that kid," or "we don't need." It's just like the NFL. You get a good free agent, you could win a Super Bowl. And so Dion, I expect Coach Prime has to realize he used his star power to get players. The next coach that comes along to maybe use their star power or just use their cachet or whatever they offer, they're going to be able to snatch players just like he snatched players. So it's not going to
Yeah.
be, "I'm going to keep these players and people are going to play for me because I'm Coach Prime." People are going to want to play for who's winning. And
Yeah.
college football is going to move faster and faster as these NIL deals get bigger and bigger and bigger. College football is going to move faster and faster, and players will move to where the money goes.
Yeah, it's just it's a sad situation, especially when you root for a team and you support a team, and you put a lot of passion in the video, especially for me, like as someone that give like my analysis of this team and from the beginning when they first started in the spring to now, seeing the growth, and then when you see what they put out there on the field every week is kind of just it's head scratching. It's disappointing for sure.
Well, the thing is, if you look at all the different players, like it's just like everybody keeps saying it, and I agree with everybody. Running the ball is going to balance the offense. It's actually going to help Shador. So I don't even understand how Shador is not screaming at his offensive coordinator and his dad, the coach Prime, to say, "Hey, let's balance this offense out and run the ball more, so it takes pressure off me, and it gives me enough time to be able to kind of play off the run and do different schemes and stuff like that." But it's like they put each player in these weird positions. Like Dylan Edwards is a great player for what he's good for, but you're trying to run him like he's a every down back, or you're trying to run him like he's that kind of back that could run between the tackles, and he's not.
Yeah.
You take a kid like Hermione, and to me, to be honest with you, you got to realize what's going to say to the next 5-star kid to say, wait a minute, I saw how Deion handled Hermione in the media. I don't want to be handled like that. Whether or not Hermione's doing bad or good, that's something that could have stayed in house. The same thing with Juju Mitchell. All these guys, this stuff could stay in house. It's good to have the stuff out there in the media and do the fun stuff, but keep some business in the house because these kids are going to say, hey, I don't like the way I was treated. Now, the thing is, if one of these kids that didn't work or fit well with Colorado and go somewhere and be successful, people are going to start saying, hey, why wasn't that guy successful at Colorado? That's why it's the business of college football. This is not college football anymore. So it's kids are going to be making money, and these teams are going to have to be expected to be able to win faster.
Well, I'm gonna give Brady a chance to give his opinion. Is there any final things you would like to say? I definitely appreciate you for stopping by.
I mean, to me, it's just like I think the ball needs to get ran more. I think I think coaching needs to have a different way of connecting with the kids and put the best product out there on the field and find other ways to discipline the kids, but put the best kids out there who could play the best.
Definitely appreciate you. So, what about you, Brady? Before I give you the mic, Tia says that Coach Prime was just asked in the post-interview analyst. I have to speak about this because it's frustrating to read it. She said he was asked about Coach Lewis. He stated, I see what you're trying to do. I sat in your seat 18 years. Now we got our answer. So that sounds like Coach Prime is pretty much passive. But what's your thoughts? I mean, how are you feeling right now?
First off, I want to piggyback on what he was talking about for us with the NIL. With the NIL taking place, I think these kids now is just money hungry. They really don't have nothing to play for but the money. They're not playing to get to the league. They're not giving it any effort at all whatsoever. Like the demeanor of them just going hard doesn't even show on the field because they're getting paid.
Yeah.
So it's like, what do I have to play for? I don't have to play to go to the next level because I'm already getting paid millions. I'm good with millions. You see what I'm saying? That's all
You
you ever
right.
see was a
Hey.
million growing up, right? So these players, they don't have the fight in them no more. So it's like, what do I have to play for? And far as with their line, the line is just trash. Like just trash, hands down. Like it's no effort. Like he barely even have a second back there in the backfield. Like he doesn't have nothing to even look the DBs off. So it's like, what can you do? Like the coaching, the play calling is stupid. I understand that. Yes, it's real stupid. Run the ball, let the D bite on the run, then you can bait for the pass. I understand that. But if you can't even get half of the time, you running a guy that's 135 pounds up the middle, you have to spread the ball out to him. jet sweep. I mean, just call some plays, like, but they are running the same plays over,
over and over
over
again.
and over and over, to where the defense already know what you're doing. All you gotta do is blitz. He don't have time to do nothing. So I mean, yes, it's the coaching, and with Dion, you know what I'm saying? Dion, he's old school. He been old school. If you watch his when he coached at Truth, he let his coaches coach. That's just how he is. I understand it's a business thing now. Dion just don't take no orders from nobody. He gonna do his thing. But at the same time, I understand he do need to step up and just be like, look here, dude. Like, but he did say on Well Off Media, he said some of these coaches might have to go if they don't step up. Like he did
Yeah,
say
yeah,
that. You know what I'm saying? So I think what he doing now, he just really just analyzing everything, everybody, far as getting prepared for the next season. This season is done. You see what I'm
yeah.
saying?
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap. So he know what he have to do far as with coaching the players. He already said it. If you don't want to be here, you out. Coaches included. So he know what he doing. He's not a dummy. You feel what I'm saying? Like, he's a good coach. But you just got coaches. Kent State, come on, man. Like, he was a head coach. He's not an offensive coordinator. Like, and I don't know. I don't know.
I'm gonna set you up, not to cut you off. I'm gonna set you up with one. You seem like you're somebody that know what you're talking about. You Coach Prime. Um, Next year, new season. Who are you getting rid of as far as the coach?
For one, I'm getting rid of the OC. Because that's what it starts off with, the offense. The defense straight. It just, they need to be more aggressive with tackling. I mean, if you can't tackle, bro, I mean, it's nothing you can do. You gotta wrap up. They're not wrapping up far as with tackling. But it starts with your offense. Your offense has to get your defense going. That's just hands down. The defense, they hold their own every blue moon. But other than that, I don't like the switch with Trevor because he's not an aggressive player. Why is he a linebacker? You know what I'm saying? He's not a linebacker, period. He give up on plays. He doesn't really hustle like that after he get beat. He just give up. But I'm starting with the OC coach, hands down. He got to go because you keep running the same play first down all the way up to third down. The exact same 2 yard out, 5 yard out. Like, eventually it's gonna start getting picked off. You're gonna see that more and more and more and more once you get to Washington. When we play Oregon State, Oregon State is balling right now. Bro,
Yes,
might not even score against them.
yes. Oregon State is better
They
than
are
UCLA for
balling.
sure.
Yeah, they balling right now. So it starts with the OC, man. It's the OC, man. That play calling is terrible. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I,
Yeah,
I,
I definitely appreciate you for joining the live. We're
no,
gonna give others a chance to join. But yeah, it's definitely disappointing to sit here and watch this every single week, getting
yeah,
my hopes up, you know what I'm saying? Especially this game. I went into this game saying, you know what, I'm not gonna get my hopes up. I'm gonna let them show me how they're gonna respond after the loss against Stanford. Got my hopes up towards the first half. I'm like, wow, 7-6, we got a chance.
exactly.
Second half, got let down once again.
Yeah, yeah. Came back out with the same scheme. So, but
Yeah,
yeah,
well,
man.
I definitely appreciate you, and I definitely check in on the live the next time I go live.
No problem, man. I got you.
I take care. Yeah. So, is there anybody else that want to join? Um, as I said before, I made a promise to myself that I wasn't going to get my hopes up, and I did. I fell into the bait, man. You know, I'm watching the game, and I'm clearly seeing that this is a team we could beat. And once again, our coaches failed to make adjustments. So from here on out, you guys are not going to hear me. Now, you may hear it from other YouTubers. You may hear it from Well Off Media. You guys know that's where I get all of the content from as far as giving analysis, as far as practice. But as far as hearing me give you guys my opinion on who's going to win, you don't have to ask me that no more. You know, I'm not going to say we're going to lose. I'm not going to say we're going to win. I'm just gonna sit back and just watch the game and just expect the just expect whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, we can't make adjustments. We can't stop the slant routes, we can't stop the crossing routes, and we can't make adjustments as far as protecting the quarterback. And so all of my confidence as far as this team winning is gone this year. Now maybe we can make some moves in the offseason, get rid of some of those get rid of some of those coaches. I don't know. I'm just reading the comments, seeing how y'all feel. I'm about to get ready to watch Coach Prime press conference. Mama Tia say Coach Prime pretty much was saying that he's not going to do it. He's not going to do it. As far as where's that comment? I'm gonna find it. He said he's not going to do it, which means he's not going to chew out the offensive coordinator. But it's probably a good thing I can't find her comment, because I was gonna probably say some things I shouldn't have said. Oh, here you go. So Mama Tia says Coach Prime, I can't get over the fact that he just did his press conference. He was asked about Coach Lewis. So think about it. He was asked about Coach Lewis. Why do you guys think Coach Lewis' name was brought up in the first place? Like, think about that for a second. Why do you guys think his name was brought up in the first place? It's because it's obvious. So let me let you guys understand that first. His name was brought up in the first place. Coach Lewis. Then she says he stated, I see what you're trying to do. So that tells me right there that Coach Prime is still passive. If that was Herm Edwards, he would be like, Coach Lewis, oh, he got to call a better game. My quarterback getting sacked too many times. You got to call a better game. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion, though. I'm just giving you guys my opinion. I love Coach Prime, but that passive stuff, man, that stuff got to go. I sat in your seat 18 years. Now we got our answer. So once again, I'm gonna just give you guys my opinion as far as what I see on the football field, practice. Kirk says, "Nah, Mag, we were supposed to have dominated this game. Absolutely. When the score was 6-7, that should have been at least 14 points. We drove down the field and had 3 field goals. We scored 9 points. It was like 14-9. That should have been like easily 21 points. Because we have an NFL quarterback. We have the best quarterback in college football that's getting his body banged up because the offensive coordinator don't know how to make plays or call plays to protect him. He don't know how to run the ball, keep the defense guessing. He don't know how to play action. You know what I'm saying? He don't know those things. I don't know. He's from Kent State. Everybody was saying, he was this, he was that. He was almost supposed to beat Georgia at Kent State. I don't see none of that. But again, it's not a rant video. I'm not gonna rant, not tonight. I'm already drained. And once again, we're always being put in this position, late night, 12 a.m. It's frustrating. It's definitely frustrating for me because, again, like I say, once I end live, I gotta get up, and prepare for the week, and I gotta hear people troll me in real life. You know what I'm saying? And they have every right to do so. And we have a few more people wanting to join, but yeah, it's after they say what they have to say, man. I think this is it as far as my opinion. Um, give you guys my final thoughts once they join, say what they have to say, and then we're gonna do the reaction video for this UCLA versus Colorado game. This game probably will be. I'm gonna give you guys my analogy of the game on probably Sunday or Monday. It's probably gonna be Sunday. It's very, very late unless Well Off Media make the video late night, and then I have it ready for y'all on Sunday, no later than Monday. And then I give you guys information as far as what game I will be attending, because yes, I will be attending the game, getting the press pass and all of those things, so I can get you guys some live footages. But I was expecting to be going to some games in a better spirit, at least being bowl eligible. But from what I'm seeing out of these games, I agree with everybody. I don't think I'm not going to say we're not going to go to a bowl. It's just going to be hard. So let's see what Carol got to say. What's going on, Carol? What's going on, Carol? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Thanks for taking me. I want to just kind of say that I agree with that caller earlier when he was talking about that NIL deal, and the players, kind of looking at themselves as like professionals, because one thing he made a good point is that the game of football is changing and it is moving at a certain speed, and it's just like you can't look at them as just like not being in that atmosphere and not to play for money, because that's kind of what this whole thing is actually about. You've got kids who go to college, to get a degree, to make money, and we got to treat these football and these athletes the same way. And I thought he was actually making a couple of good points about that.
So do you think these deals are why they're not as hungry? What do you think the problem is with Colorado just in itself? Do you think it's the money, or do you think it's the coaches?
It's definitely the coaches. I don't think the money's a big factor as to whether these kids are playing hungry or not, because you got to realize this is $1 billion industry that was making plenty of money off these kids back and not paying them. So these kids are they're due to be actually have that right to actually make their money, because they're generating money for all of these colleges. So I don't think they don't have any passion, but the respect still has to be there.
Yeah, appreciate that. Appreciate the super sticker, Brian. Yes, I agree with you 100%. But again, I know everybody is saying that the season is over with, but we still have a lot of football left. And me being a former player, I'm gonna tell you guys that if we win 2 games, we still can be bowl eligible, because that's what we have to do. Do you feel like that we're going to win 2 games, or are you really with everybody else and you feel like it's a wrap?
No, I think we could. I still think we have the opportunity, as long as we run, as long as we run that ball and win 2 games, we could still be bowl eligible. They've got to run that ball.
I agree with you 100%. When you was watching this game and the score was 7-6 at the half, what was your thoughts? Because for me, I was very excited. I was like, wow, we finally got a chance. I mean, this UCLA team is not as good as everybody was saying. What was your thoughts in the first half?
I was actually really excited, to kind of see, I'm like, okay, I'm seeing the momentum, and then just the problem is, it's just like that OC's not making those adjustments.
Yeah. Yep, I agree with you.
And it does something to that momentum. And I think people are starting to kind of be aware, is that I don't think the athletes actually feel like it's their own team. They don't have that identity, like, okay, this is us, this is what we on the field, this is what we're doing. I think, I'm not exactly sure why that is, but you can kind of see it's just kind of like they're still leaning on that on the coaches for leadership, and that leadership is not really guiding them in the right direction all the time.
Yes, I agree with you 100%. And I definitely appreciate you for joining the live.
Thank you.
Is there any you know things you want to say? Because I mean, it's disappointing for me, because obviously I cover the team, and I always have my hopes up, and then I get let down at the end, and it always be late night. It be nights when I'm usually asleep, and it's something we always doing. It never fails. It's always end up being like this. It just never fails. Like it's just
No, I can agree, but I guess my final words is just like, you know what, just play your best players. Because
yes,
it's a business. I mean, it's all cute, to sit there and pick favorites, but it's just not working. Play the best players and make those adjustments and win these games. Because I mean, if you look at other teams, yeah, they can say, okay, this player may have an attitude problem, but if he's winning, he's gonna be on that field. So play
yeah.
play play your best players.
I agree with you 100%. I definitely, as I said before, appreciate you for joining the live. We do the pre-game, post-game lives um, every week, and definitely stop by. And hopefully, the next time you join a live, we could be all excited and talking about how Colorado made adjustments finally and won the
Yeah,
game. That would be great. That would be amazing.
absolutely. Yeah, you'll hear. I appreciate you doing this, and you'll definitely hear more from me. When I can get on, I'll definitely get on and chop it up with everybody.
Okay, sounds great. Well, you enjoy the rest of your night/morning,
All
and
right, thanks.
I appreciate you. Okay, let's see. Do we have anybody else in the background? I think we got Doe, and then we're gonna close it. What's going on?
You get me?
Yep, I can hear you now.
I don't even know where to start, man. I'm just here staring at my TV.
Man, it's bad
Uh,
feeling.
where do I start? Sean Lewis and whoever the O line coach is, they owe a big apology to Shador Sanders because I feel
Yeah.
like I feel like, in my opinion, he's the best quarterback in the nation. And I believe if we set him up with a good O line, I know that'll come within time, but once we do that, I feel like he'll really show who he really is.
So
And
you do
then
agree the offensive coordinator gotta go.
I agree. Cause them wide receiver screens they be doing with Jimmy Horn, they do it every game. Every game. It does not work. It's the same schemes back to back to back, and I don't know. Cause I'm still playing high school football. We had a game yesterday, so I go out there and dominate. So when I come home, I'm excited, getting ready for this game, ready to see him play. But it's like it's week after week. Because I know the first 3 weeks going on of the season, all of us was excited. Now when I'm watching the game, it's like I'm just down. It's not the same feeling anymore. If you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah. It's always something with this football team. Like it's always something. And I just like I try to keep my energy, you know what I'm saying? But it be hard. It definitely be hard because it's like they keep letting me down off the. It's like we beating ourselves.
Right,
That's what makes it more. I can see if we play a team like Oregon, for an example. I wasn't mad because I knew we was not better than Oregon.
right,
But when we play a team like tonight, UCLA, that struggle to get the ball moving, and we don't make adjustments, and they talking about maybe they make adjustment in the halftime. I'm like, we had 2 full weeks to make adjustments.
right. Even the Stanford game, I was like, you see one of your best players in Travis Hunter struggling. As the defensive coordinator, I'm not gonna let that keep happening. Like I'm gonna set up something to help him out. It's like I don't know. Every time, like we don't make adjustments. That's probably the main thing.
Yes, That's
We
that's
don't
the
make
biggest
adjustments.
problem. We don't make adjustments. Like we still don't know how to stop the slant route, and we still don't know how to stop the crossing route. And we
Right.
and we are almost done with the season. So that
I
that
don't know.
means that 207 of us, 207 people that's in the live right now can run a slant route, and they'll get open. I guarantee you.
Right.
That's how bad they are. It's crazy. I mean,
Adjustments is probably the biggest thing because it's like you see these plays going on back to back to back. I know probably a regular human being would have made an adjustment. It's like we keep beating ourselves. It's like things we could stop, but we're not doing it. And I really don't know why.
so is there any final things you would like to say? I'm gonna probably sadly go and listen to Coach Prime press conference. I just feel like he's way too passive. I don't like that. It's the same thing with the players too. Like, I don't want to believe it's the money, because I come from a background where we wasn't given nothing. Like in college football, there was no such thing as getting paid to play. Only thing we had probably was refund money. Other than that, that was it. We had to grind to make it to where we want to be. That's probably why I don't see that hunger like that. But I'm not even gonna blame the players. But what's your thoughts as far as final thoughts?
Uh, I don't know, man. I'm gonna keep supporting the team, man. I know we're gonna get there. I trust Dion. I know in the back of the head he knows everything that's going on. Um, I feel like I don't know. I want to see more Kermani. I don't know why he's not playing. Uh, I don't know. I just feel like we need to stop. Like we need to stop. We need to find like a pure starting group because we really don't know who starts and who doesn't start. Because it's always receivers going in and out, DBs going in and out. It's like we really don't know who's really for that position, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Definitely appreciate you for stopping by. And yeah, we do these lives every week, so definitely chime in with me, man. And we'll do the pregame live. I think we play Oregon State next week,
Hmm.
so that's going to be fun. And we'll see how this practice goes for this week.
Most definitely appreciate
Oh yeah, definitely, man. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your night.
you. You too.
All right, so I think we have everybody that wanted to join a live. It was 200 something people in the room. Just hit the like button. We're gonna get ready to end this live. Let me see these last few minutes of these comments, and we're gonna close it, man. It's just frustrating. In the first 7 games, we ready to fire coaches. I mean, it's just I'd rather not even comment. Dion used the HBCU to get where he is, but didn't take the same mindset with him to Colorado. Mm, one for the N word. I could have read the rest of that, but yeah, I agree with you. Regina keep making excuses for them. Was Bishop hurt a bench? Um, from my understanding, he was just benched. I don't know why he didn't play. I'm just like you. I don't know why he didn't play. I don't even know why Kamani McLean didn't play. And I had 3, 4 people that joined the live that very good friends of mine, and they all had great points. But I still to this day don't understand why Kamani McLean didn't play. I just don't. I don't understand it. I know why he didn't play in the beginning of the season. That was understood. Not showing up to meetings, all that other stuff that was going on. But he's been doing better from what I've been able to see. You know, why he wasn't playing. Amarian Miller played 1 snap. Um, McCaskill didn't play much. I just don't understand. I'm seriously like I do not understand. Coaches can make adjustments, but players have to execute. Yeah, you're right. But where did you see the coaches make adjustments? Like if you're gonna make a comment like that, then tell me what adjustments was made in whatever week we are in. At this point of our season, what adjustments have the coaches made? Why haven't we stopped the slant route? Why haven't we stopped the crossing routes? Why have we been up 29-0 last week and then we're giving the lead up? Is that the players or the coaches? What adjustments have the coaches made? Why are you talking about the players? What can they execute? So you're telling me it's the players. We're about to get crushed. I still believe, but my passion for this team slowly fading away. Unless the leader, Coach Prime, changes, then all of our passion is going to fade eventually. You know what I'm saying? Because we're sitting here watching the same thing every week. Like that stuff gets old. I didn't see Bishop. No matter what, we have to be thankful. Yeah, definitely. You're right on that, Kurt. Definitely have to be thankful. You know, we are far or further than where we were last year. And this is the first year. I give you that. You're absolutely correct. We do have to be thankful for that. We could be in a way worse situation than what we are. It's just that the hopes, the promises, the win now approach, all of the things that we was promised, that was something that we all bought into. So now we're 4-4, and for those that bought into the hype, you know, the flashing, you know, all of those things, regardless of what was done, you know, everybody hopes was up. My hopes was definitely up. It was high, very, very high, to the point where I bought all Colorado gear. I have a car flag with Colorado where when you see me, you know it's me. You know what I'm saying? But I understand everything's about being patient. And, you know, I struggle with that at times, being patient. So hopefully we get it together and we stop seeing the same thing every week because it gets old. So yeah. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how everything goes. Definitely appreciate everybody for stopping by. Millionaire, I think you was one of the ones that wanted to join the live. Y'all always share the live as far as the links go. Just click the link and then it'll bring you in a room, and then you can just pretty much give me your opinion as far as each game week to week. I'm not gonna say we're gonna lose next week. I'm not gonna say we're gonna win. And I'm definitely not going to say we're not going to be bowl eligible this year because we still got 4 more games left. So I'm definitely not going to say that. I still believe. As bad as it is right now, I still definitely believe. If you say you joined, okay, definitely. Great. Maybe you was a different name. But yeah, I definitely appreciate you for joining then. Okay, cool. You joined. All right, cool. Yeah. It's late. It's like 12 a.m. And again, I'm definitely upset with this one. Sour taste in my mouth. But we'll definitely bounce back. Appreciate you guys for stopping by the channel. Finna get ready to check out Coach Prime press conference. Just want to get you guys' opinion on everything. And I will give you guys analysis of the game when Well Off Media make that video. And also give you guys information as far as the Arizona game, because I will be going to that game. And You guys don't want to miss it because it's going to be special. I have somebody out there, man, that is a part of the Colorado Buffs, and you guys going to be very surprised when we make that happen. So yeah, appreciate you guys for stopping by the channel. Definitely save Shedeur Sanders. Special shout out. I do all the shout outs to Mama Tia for sure, MJ, Pastor, I said Mama Tia, Jimmy Cleveland for stopping by, showing love. Brian, Mama Tia, all of y'all. As you guys know, I don't ask for any type of donations. One thing I ask for is just like and just give me your opinion on the game. Sorry I couldn't give you guys the energy I usually give. It's just one of those games, man, where you get tired of the same thing every week, over and over and over again. But I still believe, I still feel like we're gonna get it. We're gonna get it together. For 168 of y'all in the room, I do feel like we're gonna still make it happen. And I appreciate all of y'all for staying 2 hours in. This is the longest live we ever did, to tell you guys how frustrated that I am, but we're gonna make it happen, man. But yeah, so be expected for those things. And I'll see you guys on Sunday. Take care. Good night, y'all.